Howdy ho, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Paint, episode 2 of the Team Rocket Marine continues. And here we go. Again, I'm just going to jump right into it. I thought about showcasing the first Team Rocket Marine I did. I had a lot of fun with that one. Kit bashed it. And I even put a little Nurglite demon on the base to represent a Pokemon. I colored him yellow. Honestly, out of a desire to have some contrast, to have something pop. And somebody was like, "Oh man, that's awesome that you did the Pikachu that way." And I was like, "Dude, I really was not even thinking about Pikachu. I didn't give two shits about Pikachu. Didn't think about that at all." But yeah, sure, no problem. Thanks. Totally had the foresight to do that. Yep, that was totally my intention. It happens, man. I really wonder what is going to be going on in life by the time this series reaches you. Because if you aren't already painfully aware that I record these in advance. What is that? Oh my god. Is that really just some gray right there? That's embarrassing. You see that? Right there. Right there. I'm a fool! Painted the whole damn helmet. Wow. If anybody noticed that on the last episode, ain't I an idiot? How long has that been bugging you? Has it been bugging you for a week? Yeah, because it took a week for this one to come out. Alright. Oh, man. What a silly way to have an oopsie doodle. An oopsie poopsie. An oopsie shadoopsie. Anyway. I was going to have some Pokeballs on the belt and whatnot. I looked at the things that I used for that. As you saw from the last episode where I was painting the grenade belt, that's obviously what I use for the Pokeballs. Because, come on, it's Warhammer. What else am I going to use? And it's not the pineapple grenades. It's the smoother ones. I want to say those are the frat grenades. I really, really don't remember what they use for what. But yeah, they have a nice metal ring around the grenade right there in the center, dividing it in half. And I'm like, oh my god, it's perfect. So you just paint the top red, you paint the bottom white, and then you paint the ring black. And oh my god, you got yourself a Marine. A Marine, yeah. You've got yourself a Pokeball. A Pokeball grenade, of all things. Because this is Warhammer and nothing can be simple. Nothing can be friendly. Nothing can live. Alright, that's enough of being dramatic. So, what the hell are we going to do today? Well, right now we're just focusing on all the silver metal pieces. And we're not using the gunmetal, as you can see. We're using, what is it? Plate mail metal. So the next step up for shininess and brightness. And make that shit shiny. I just felt like it popping a little bit more than being the usual gunmetal drab that I usually go with. That and the gunmetal really is running low. And you can see these haggard-ass brushes are getting harder. It's getting harder to make things look pretty. And it wouldn't be a problem if I were to take proper care of my brushes, which I do. I do support. I'm not trying to say that I do that. Obviously, I don't. You can see it on the brushes. I've admitted it before. No, I encourage everyone to take better care of your brushes, actually learn how to clean them, get the proper supplies. Take the time, because it will probably save you money in the long run. But then again, we've talked about how I do go with the cheap brushes. I may be a professional painter, but I'm not afraid to explore the cheaper side of things because, dude, this is 2024 and we're living in some real times, said every generation ever. There we go. It definitely pops. That metal definitely screams at you. Not really screams at you, but you know, I mean, yeah. You know what I mean. But I guess since I was such a dingus, I was just such a dingus that I did not paint that grenade. So we're gonna have to go back in and paint the grenade and make it look like a Pokeball. So we're just gonna get a touch of black. And since these things in his hand are very sectioned off, I believe these are the frag grenades. That's frag with a G, not the frack, but the frag. Since they're sectioned off just so ever lovingly well, we're going to throw the black there. There's a lot of paint swapping on this one. And I'm using the 2.0. It's not a 2.0. Obviously, the 2 is a big fat brush, and it's over there. Yeah, I ain't worried about it. That's basically my, that brush, the 2/0 is my freehand brush, as I've been using it lately. This 0 brush that I have in my hand used to be for fine details and maybe some freehand, depending on the miniature. See, I love doing little cute crossovers like this. It tickles my freaking fancy, man. It really does. It makes things very enjoyable for me because I really just get to have fun. You know, not that I'm ever not having fun painting and doing my Marines and doing homebrews, because I do have a lot of fun painting the homebrews. Which, since I brought that up, one of my homebrews, I hate to use the word finally, but it finally sparked some controversy. Now, I don't really believe in censoring and everything, but someone called me a German N-word in a roundabout way. I will say that. It you might as well have just said it. They commented on one of my shorts that I had posted about the Kaiserborn that I had painted, and they said, "Man, you might as well just draw or put the SS bolts on them," and then called me a weirdo. I was like, "Oh wow, how PG of you." Yeah, I was sitting there and I was like, "Is this real life?" And then I realized, unfortunately, this is real life. So I guess against my better judgment, I messaged back and I was like, "Look, you need to read your history. You need to research your history. My Kaiserborn are based off of 1914 Imperial German soldiers. Now, if you're talking about the Third Reich, which you are, and you're accusing me of being something, which you are, then you do not understand your history. And I cannot help you." But I told them very calmly, very clearly, "Dude, go learn your history. Go learn your history." Basically all I said. With the added, of course, of, these are based off of 1914 German soldiers. It's come up once before on Instagram where when I first painted one and somebody was like, "Ooh, that's a bit risky." And someone in Germany, for one, they said, "Good job." And I was like, "Hey, thanks." They liked the work. But then another person in Germany stood up and replied to that other guy and was like, "Yeah, the only red flag are swastikas, man. He's fine." I said, "Hey, thank you." Because if anybody's going to know their own history, I hope it would be the Germans. I was like, "Yeah, look, I honestly was not trying to make anyone mad with it. I have German heritage. I have German blood in me. And I just wanted to pay homage to that. That, and also, as weird as it sounds, so I always think it's weird when people are like, "Oh, World War II is my favorite." Why would war be your favorite? Why would you have a favorite war? But I understand that. I understand, whatever war is your favorite. What they mean is that's my favorite to learn about, and because they find it fascinating and all that, which is fantastic. I just find the thought process, and not really the thought process, I guess, but just the basic phrase of saying a war is your favorite, and I'm like, why? Why would any war be your favorite, dude? I guarantee you it wasn't their favorite. Especially some of the veterans that were from both wars, and they were like, "Yeah, you know what? First one was my favorite. This one not so much. This one not so much." But I enjoy learning about World War I far more than I do World War II. I really do. I find it a much more fascinating war and time frame. I was like, and history does point the finger at the Germans, which they are, some aggressors and everything, but I can't believe that people keep forgetting that Germany did not really start the war. It was the Austro-Hungarians. They started the war. They just asked Germany for some backup, and they were like, "Yeah." At the risk of offending a German by saying that. Sorry, that was a nerve-wracking part there. Ugh. It's not the best job we've ever done for freehand, but it's okay. We're just having fun here. But yeah, I knew when I was first painting the Kaiserborn that I would probably receive some backlash. That some dingus out there is going to be like, oh, well, which you're perfectly entitled to, dude. It's ridiculous when you refuse to learn your history. And after I had said that to him, he said, oh, take your own advice. Motherfucker. Excuse me. I did. And that's why I made them. Yeah, you know, the new Mark IIIs that came out. They have Pickelhaube inspired helmets. Now, if you're a Warhammer fan, you absolutely understand that there is Nazi symbology all over it. Look at the Commissar. They look like the fucking Gestapo. Now, another funny thing from that I have noticed from people is, you know, the people who will throw that word out there like, oh, that's what you are. Do you like Star Wars? Yeah. Do you like the Empire? Well, I'm a fan of the Rebels or anything like that. Sure, but you like the Empire, right? Everybody likes a good bad guy. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, and if they don't understand that, well, you can't let that be your problem. I kind of want to leave that red R just like that and not put a white background. Not a white background. I was going to do a white border. It's what I did with the last one. And their logo just doesn't have a white border. And it's also not supposed to sit on gray, but that does look cool. That's probably why my Proto-Marines are gray and red. No, it's because Proto-Man's red, gray and red. Yeah. Again, shout out to my Proto-Marine series. That was a fun one to paint, dude. Not to jump topic, but I don't want to talk about those people and the negativity forever. I thought it was ridiculous, but I also thought I don't know, in a weird way, I was like, wow, someone called me a Nazi on YouTube. I guess that's a random achievement, badge of honor. Yeah, that finally happened. All right, cool. So many people talk about it, or at least I've seen it so much, and people are very quick to throw out that term, not understanding what the hell it is, what it means. But yeah, man, we're here to have fun and a good time, and that's what we aim to do. And I will probably paint some Kaiserborn on the channel. It's already been on my mind. I believe I already made the thumbnails. Wow, this is not working out. The black is bleeding into the red and making things not cool. That I'm probably not being as careful as I should be. And sometimes it is very hard to keep a straight line. But also, you got to remember, folks, just because you might be considered a professional, it does not make you an expert. All right? I feel like that is a common misconception. Now, if I am wrong on that one, fine. Or if people are like, you have to be considered an expert to be considered a professional. If that is the case, cool. But I would also say, look at the Olympics. Yes, you have professionals there, but the Olympics, as far as I remember, were supposed to be a time for amateurs. It was supposed to be the greatest amateurs of each country, not your professionals. They're already professional. They already damn proved themselves. There they are. Look at them being a fucking professional. Being paid. And now we use professional players. It's ridiculous, man. Because people just want to win. And they say it's an honor to just go. Well, then why are you so focused on winning? To the point where now you're putting professionals in there. But that's a whole tangent that I feel like came out of nowhere. And I don't think we're going to get into all that. But for this step, we got out some barbarian flesh. And we're going to go back over and do... We're going to do the strap. Now, I could have painted that, leather as well. But I wanted it to be a little bit of a different leather. Not necessarily flesh, but just something that stood out from it. Because why not, man? Why the hell not? That is one of my favorite excuses. People are like, why'd you do that? Why not? I like to use that when I don't feel like explaining myself. Because people don't understand that you don't have to explain yourself as much as you might think. And I know some people will take that to the extreme because that's just what people do. And they'll never explain themselves. Or they'll be like, why are you telling people that they don't ever need to explain themselves? Like, that's not what I said. They're like, yeah, it is. No. No, it is not. Oh, we got another ad. We can't have another ad. We've been using, what is it? It's Knights of the Old Republic ambiance. Because why not? When we should have been using the good old Pokemon lo-fi that I've been so known to play. Because I absolutely love it. That was how I got into lo-fi. Lo-fi, I didn't know what it was, honestly. And I tried looking up Pokemon, and most of the time all I can find is the Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And I don't care about that because I didn't grow up playing that. I grew up playing the, original one on the Game Boy Color. And for those that don't know, Pokemon Silver is my favorite. That's the one I had. That's what I chose when it came to the store. I mean, I had both gold and silver. Just like I had both red and blue growing up. And I had a good time. I had a good time playing those games. Maybe that's what we'll talk about on the next episode. Because I almost bet you that the next episode will be the last one. Because we're at 25 minutes now. And I'm basically ready to glue this guy together. And I just don't want to make a really long second episode. So either way, I guess we are going to end things on the next one. As you can see, we've been getting some progress. I almost forgot about that skull. We got to get out our bronze. Yeah, we're going to get out the weapon bronze. Either way, all right, folks, I'm going to see you next week on the next episode. Void Father, he will guide your brushes only if you praise him like you should. Remember, stay true to yourselves, please, and stay safe. Take it easy.